Hey guys, Sierra here. We're going to transform my old bundles into a new wig today. So let's get started. So I did go ahead and start this a little early, but as you can see, basically I'm sewing it in and I'm using these pins to hold in the tracks. So originally it was black, the bundles, and I did go in with some bleach and highlight the ends. And I do apologize. My lovely boyfriend was walking around the house, although he knew I was trying to shoot a video. So you may see him come in and out, and you may see us talking every now and then. But I'm pinning down the widths to keep them secure while I sew them in. And before I actually start sewing, I do comb through just to make sure that my previous hair is secure and it's not caught up with the thread. And I do apologize because in this particular video, it was my very first video, so um, it's not showing you exactly how I'm weaving it in, but it is giving you a concept of how we do it. And also, before I actually did the video, I did go ahead and put my closure on there. That's why you see it that way. But I will be doing a video coming up soon, which will actually be more detailed and it goes through everything. Also, you're going to see this bag here on my mannequin head, but that's because I have a habit of being hard when I put the needle in and I sometimes grab onto the cloth. So I use the bag to keep myself from doing that. Kind of helps me when I hear the bag rattle a little bit. So yeah, so you're going to see me put it, um, I'm taking the thread and I'm taking the needle on the opposite end of myself and I'm pushing it through. And you may see me put my finger to stop the thread. That's just so I can at least put the thread through so it can make it a secure knit. I'll show it to you. I promise I have a tutorial coming. I'm working on it this weekend. Again, I apologize for my boyfriend. He's all up in my video. So also when I've threaded my hair, I do have a tendency to just put the needle onto the cap. That's just so I make sure that my needle and my thread doesn't get tangled up and I lose it. But you can see a better concept of how I put my finger through and I put the thread through. You'll see me do that a lot in this video. Um, Also, this length is a 12, 14, and 16 inch. And so it's pretty long on me because I'm pretty short, but it just depends on your preference here. But I did cut, the bundles were cut, so you'll see me kind of put pieces together to kind of fit the wig because I'm not freshly cutting it. They are pretty much cut to fit my head. I actually was doing half weaves with it. This particular bundle is, I want to say it's becoming 2 years old. I've always said 2 years old, but it's like, I might have been off of my numbers because I actually had the bundle for a while. The bundle it wasn't ever sold, so I just happened to use it because my sister's wedding was coming up. I just had some extra ones laying around and I used it. So the the bundle before being used was probably about a year old, and then I used it for my sister's wedding. And basically, yeah. So it's probably 2 years old, but me in use is a year. And as you can see, it actually held up pretty well. I'm going to actually do a restoration tutorial so you can see how I wash it and condition it and all those good things. I'm even going to do a different style so you guys can see that. So as you see, I'm actually taking the pieces that have already been cut and I'm trying to size them up on the wig. So I size them up before I actually sew it on. And then once I do that, then I hold it down. So yeah, I had to sit down for a second. My back was hurting. And again, he came downstairs to play the game. I did not know why he likes to bother me. But as you can see, I'm threading the needle And if you need me to, I can do a thread. And I do usually keep my needle at the top while I'm threading and knit. I cannot talk today. I'm sorry. But yeah, basically, I keep my needle up and I tie a knot at the bottom. I usually tie 2 knots just to secure it onto the hair. And then again, you see me digging up towards me so that the needle point is coming facing me, and then I put my finger in, put the needle through, and then go on to the right of the wig. So yeah, so I did all of that for, I'll say it took me about maybe an hour to do this. Not because so much it takes a long time. It took me an hour because my boyfriend was bothering me. So yeah, so stay tuned and then we'll talk about how the finished product came out. Completed, but I do just continue to put the lips up till I get to the crown. But this is actually the before look, and this will be the after look. I will show how I accomplish this look without using curlers. But I want to thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe.